Greetings, friends from all over the world. The weather is changing its tune with the arrival of spring, new season, new inspirations, and new challenges. This time we'll be cooking something truly special. The rich and flavorful cow heart paired with a creative twist, stuffed tomatoes wrapped in shops. Sounds wild, doesn't it?
Hadi bakalım hadi bakalım. Şurada bak şuraya.
You seriously don't want to miss out on this one. So go ahead, smash that subscribe button, give it a like, and hit the bell so you don't miss any of my awesome recipes. Well, let me tell you, the cow heart is one of the most underrated cuts out there. It's packed with a robust, beefy flavor and turns incredibly tender when cooked just right. Today, I'm going to show you how to make this often overlooked cut absolutely delicious. All right, let's kick things off with the lamb chops. I'm cutting out some of the parts with more connective tissue. They are perfect for dicing up and using as stuffing for our tomatoes later. Trust me, this is where all the flavors are. Oh, look at our little buddy over there. He's looking a bit down. Let's hook him up with a treat to cheer him up. Gotta keep the crew happy, right? While I'm chopping away, check out how smooth these cuts are. Thanks to my trusty knives, slicing through this meat is a breeze. If you want to get cuts this clean and slick, hit up our shop and treat yourself to some top-tier utensils and handmade knives. Now, let's get cooking. First up, I'm melting some of my homemade butter. Just look at that rich, golden color. Pure magic. In goes the diced meat, and it's already starting to smell amazing. This filling's gonna be something else. Next, we're tossing in some onions. They're going to caramelize and bring out this sweet, mellow flavor that just works perfectly with the lamb. We'll let the meat and onions hang out for a bit, roasting until they're nice and crispy on the edges. That's when you know all the flavors are really coming together. Now time for the mushrooms. They're gonna add that earthy, deep flavor, balancing out the richness of the meat and butter. It's all about that umami kick. Umami is this savory depth that makes the whole dish feel more rounded and satisfying. Let's give it a good mix. Meat, onions, mushrooms, and then hit it with some seasoning. I'm adding dried barberries for a little tang. These bad boys bring a burst of sour that cuts through all the richness, making every bite pop. We're not done yet. To give this filling that creamy, dreamy texture, I'm whipping up a quick sauce. All you need is some flour and thick cream to make it rich and smooth, pulling all those flavors together. Oh, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Stay in the loop and never miss out on what's happening behind the scenes. Now, let's pour in that sauce. This is what's going to take our filling to the next level, making it super creamy and keeping everything nice and juicy. All right, let's get these tomatoes prepped. We're going to cut off the tops and scoop out the insides to make space for our stuffing. Be careful though, we don't want to mess up these beauties, so don't scoop out too much. Boom! Tomatoes are ready. Let's put the stuffing on a plate and let it cool down a bit. Can't be burning our hands while we work, right? Now let's get those lamb chops prepped for wrapping. I'm going to take the meat mallet and pound them out nice and thin. We need them super flat so they wrap around those tomatoes just right. Check out how thin and flexible these chops are now. Perfect for wrapping the tomatoes. They're going to hold everything together like a dream. All right, let's get down to business. Stuff and wrap, stuff and wrap. We're filling each tomato with that rich, creamy stuffing and then wrapping them tight in our juicy lamb chops. It's going to be a flavor explosion. After cooking, those tomatoes will be bursting with savory, meaty goodness, and the lamb will be tender and flavorful, holding everything together like a delicious hug. Trust me, this dish is not only going to taste epic, but look fantastic too. Time to tackle the cow heart. Let's trim off these white bits up top. They're just not needed here, so let's clean it up for the best results. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. We're always dropping new recipes, cooking tips, and short reels that'll spice up your kitchen game. Join the fun and stay connected with our foodie adventures. Now that we've trimmed the heart, let's get stuffing with our flavorful mix. It's gonna pack a punch once it's all cooked up. Here's a pro tip. I'm covering the filling with more chops to keep it from burning in the oven. This little trick ensures that our filling stays juicy and delicious. Let's get the oven preheated and pop those tomatoes and the heart inside. Before we send them off, let's give everything a final seasoning. A little extra touch always makes a difference. I'll brush the tomatoes with corn oil to give them a beautiful golden finish. It also helps to keep them moist and adds a subtle flavor. We're wrapping the heart with baking paper and aluminum foil to keep it from drying out and to ensure it cooks evenly. This way, our heart stays tender and packed with flavor. After all this hard work, it's time for a well-deserved break. And what's a break without some freshly brewed tea right from the samovar? It's the perfect way to relax and recharge. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and ring the bell so you never miss out on our tasty creations and kitchen tips. Join our foodie community and keep up with all the fun. Let's take a moment to appreciate our dish. I'm going to grate some cheese to sprinkle on top for that extra gooey, melty goodness. It's the perfect finishing touch to make this meal truly irresistible. Okay, now let's grind some cheese for these beauties. I'm using Dutch cheese today, known for its rich, buttery flavor and smooth texture. Dutch cheeses, like Gouda, are famous for their deep, nutty taste and melt perfectly, adding a velvety layer to any dish. It's truly one of the finest cheeses you can find. Now, grab a generous handful of that cheese. Don't hold back. This dish deserves all the flavor you can give it. Trust me, it's going to elevate the taste to a whole new level. Let's send it back into the oven and let the cheese melt into every bite. Time for another tea break. There's something special about sitting back with a hot cup of tea while the food finishes cooking. It's the perfect moment to relax and enjoy the simple pleasures of life. Ah, my friend is here. Come on then. Let me give you a little treat.
Çıkma ora.
Well, looks like he's not leaving anytime soon. He's nibbling on bits from the table, and now he's rubbing his nose against me. Someone's trying to charm his way into staying for dinner.
Böyle.
Let me enjoy my tea in peace, my friend. You've had your share.
Sonra. Amaç idi, amaç bir. Bütün köynəklərin detallarına heyran qalacaqsınız. Onlar müxtəlif rənglərdədir. Bəzilərinin üstündə Mickey'ni görə biləcəksiniz. Sizin Mickey'e olan sevginiz məni geyim yaratmağa ilhamlandırdı. Əminəm ki, bəyənəcəksiniz. Super.
Oh no, now he's climbed onto the table. Look at him. He thinks he's part of the family now. I guess when the food smells this good, even the goats can't resist. Now that the cheese is beautifully melted, it's time to take it out. Look at that golden, bubbling goodness. Just what we were waiting for. I'm going to send the heart back inside the oven for a bit more cooking. It needs just a touch more heat to get it perfect. All right, let's take the heart out now and add a layer of cheese on top. The richness of the meat combined with the melted cheese is going to create something magical. Let's plate everything up. We'll serve the food and place our stuffed tomatoes on each plate. Look how gorgeous they are. As I cut open one of the tomatoes, you can see the juicy filling inside. It's packed with tender meat, mushrooms, and all soaked in a creamy sauce that has caramelized in the oven. The skin is beautifully roasted, holding everything together in a savory bundle. The taste is incredible, so rich and comforting. The combination of meat and mushrooms enveloped in that creamy sauce makes each bite melt in your mouth. It's been baked to perfection, the flavors all wrapped in the warm, roasted tomato. Try it home and you won't regret it. And don't forget to check out the shop. If you're serious about cooking like I am, you'll love the selection of tools we have. From perfectly crafted knives to high-quality kitchen gadgets, you'll find everything you need to elevate your cooking experience. Just scan the QR code and take a look. Trust me, your kitchen will thank you. Now that the heart is perfectly cooked, it's time to take it out. Look at this. So tender, I barely need to cut through it. The flavors are deep and rich, just as I wanted. Let's take a bite. It's absolutely delicious, hearty, and savory, with just the right hint of smokiness. I'm very pleased with the result. The children are gathered around the table, ready to dig in. I've set up a lovely spot for them under the tree where the shade creates the perfect setting for a cozy meal. They can't wait to savor the food. There's nothing better than seeing everyone come together to enjoy a dinner like this. Before we wrap up, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on all the delicious recipes we're bringing your way. Whether you're cooking for family, friends, or just yourself, we've got plenty of ideas to inspire you. And remember, good food always brings people together. So keep cooking, keep sharing, and we'll see you next time.
Kanalımıza dəstək olmaq istəyirsinizsə, onlayn mağazamızdan xüsusi bıçaq və ya taxta qablarımızı əldə edə bilərsiniz. Mağazanın linki videonun altındakı təsvirdə var. Super!